Folks, today we're cracking the crypto world's most hidden wealth code. Remember the on-chain data tricks I mentioned last time? Now we're exposing the whale's secrets. Let me show you all what the BTC whale wallets are up to. Look at this treasure map. On the left, the wallets are grouped by size. From the bottom to the top, the amount of BTC in each wallet increases from 1 BTC, 10 BTC, all the way to 10,000 BTC, going from the small BTC holders to the BTC whales. On the right, it shows the degree of BTC accumulation, clearly divided into blue and red. Blue represents accumulation, and red represents selling pressure. Here comes the key point. When the market was in a turmoil from July to August last year, the big shots holding 100 minus 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, and more than 10,000 BTC were quietly scooping up goods. In contrast, other groups, especially the small retail investors with less than 1 BTC, were mainly distributing and selling. By November, December 2024, before Trump took office, the expectation of the general election drove the start of the Bitcoin market. When the price soared to $100,000, Tesla was retreating. The super whales with more than 10,000 BTC had already started to slowly ship out their holdings. Until January 2025, the whale groups with 1,000 to 10,000 and more than 10,000 BTC began to accelerate their retreat. By the time you are celebrating, they have long passed on their chips to the suckers. In March this year, when the price of BTC plummeted to $80,000 and the whole network was crying out for a crash, what were the super whales with more than 10,000 BTC doing? They were secretly bottom fishing. They were the only group that showed a determination to accumulate at that time, while the smaller holders were still net sellers. When the price of BTC dropped to $73,000 in April, the small retail investors were selling in a panic, and the speed of selling became faster and faster. On the contrary, the whales with more than 10,000 BTC were buying even more aggressively. Now, pay attention, this is the turning point of wealth. In the last 15 days, the super whales have been crazily buying BTC with increasing intensity, while the small retail investors are still selling in a panic. Remember these two golden rules. First, super whales are the barometers of the market. When super whales buy against the trend during a panic-driven decline, it often signals a temporary bottom. Their accelerated accumulation in the recent 15 days may fuel a rebound. Second, retail investors are a contrarian indicator. When retail investors sell in a panic, it is usually a temporary low point. When retail investors chase after rising prices to buy, be wary that it might be the top. Do you all understand? Keep a close eye on super whales. When they buy, you start building positions. When they retreat, you get out. Do the opposite of what retail investors do. The more panicked they are, the greedier you should be. Now, the key is to watch the $75,000 defense line. If the accumulation intensity of the super whales continues to increase, it is very likely to be a good time to add positions. However, be aware that if the super whales stop accumulating and the buying volume significantly decreases within the next month, partial profit taking should be considered. Or if the small retail investors start chasing the rising price and the selling speed slows down or turns into net buying, it may signal a short-term top. Immediately prepare to get out and reduce positions. Of course, major events should also be taken into account. For example, events such as US tariff policies and the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill. If the super whales move ahead of time, you should adjust your positions in combination with these macro events. If a black swan event occurs, causing the price to break through the $70,000 mark due to unexpected bad news, you should suspend bottom fishing and wait for a stable signal. Don't be greedy. Do you want to know the movements of the whale investors in advance? Follow us to track the first-hand on-chain data of BTC, grasp the hidden information in the market, and make preparations before the price changes.